What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Quantum Gaming Podcast. And today, as always, I'm joined with my good friend and co-host, or I guess pretty cool in this, both hosts. So, Gahans.
We'll say co-host, but no, we'll say we're equal, but technically it's a co-host, just like Red Dead, where we're equals, but I still have to follow your lead.
Yeah. And then we're also joined by RJ Resident Justice.
Hello.
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 What? Hello.
Hello.
So, Jimbo, what games have you been playing lately?
Well, I've obviously been playing Red Dead.
Well, yeah, I know that.
So, because this is obviously something we're going to be covering tonight, but Rockstar Games, it would be...
This is something Max will appreciate.
Exactly.
Save Red Dead Online. It's something you understand.
Hashtag Save Red Dead Online. Because, as I said, the last couple streams, they haven't updated this game in 281 days, but of course, like it's in the thumbnail and one of our topics tonight, they released GTA Plus. It's not a streaming service. It's to give you more cosmetics that really no one enjoys. But
they did it for you. Just remember.
Oh yeah,
yep.
I don't know who they're doing it for because I swear I've never seen Rockstar get ratioed so hard than when they first announced it. It was wow, reject the Red Dead cult. Oh no, oh Max.
Whose man is this?
Oh my! Then we got Eddie. Oh, Eddie coming in with the spice. Ooh, what? Ooh. Watching the stream, Marilyn. Oh, awesome.
RJ, what games are you playing?
Right now I'm kind of on like a Sonic Mania mode. So I'm playing Sonic 2 on the Nintendo Switch via their Sega Genesis online service.
Nice.
So far, I have 3 Chaos Emeralds.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm still on Emerald Hill Zone, so I'm making good progress.
That's a great map.
Yeah,
I hate Chemical Zone though because like the stupid pink water that you like suffocate in like 10 seconds. I hate that crap. Hate it.
Yeah, that one's always difficult for me too.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I played a Sonic game, so I really can't be like, yeah, I sympathize with you guys or emphasize. I don't know.
I've been playing Mirror's Edge again.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
doing I've been doing the no gun run achievement where I cannot shoot any enemies with a weapon. So that's what I've been doing. I've been streaming it. But Jimbo has topics for us today.
Yeah, we have topics. Well, so our first topic that we're going to cover is something that obviously I think everyone on the panel and maybe in the chat are a fan of. Oh, I forgot it came after I went back. But the Halo franchise, and obviously the games and Halo Infinite's the most recent installment, which... Hans, what did you exactly want to say?
All right, I have a lot to say about Halo Infinite because listen, so I played the campaign and the game overall and the multiplayer, and I loved it. I was like, this game is like, I've said even before the game came out, if Halo Infinite fails, Halo's done. They will not be able to recover after Halo 4 and 5. And the campaign was solid, the gameplay was solid, everything was smooth, everything looked great. But now it's been out for a while. They still haven't put in co-op campaign in.
Which is a huge downside. I mean, that was something that I was really looking forward to. Like, that's something you could do with your friends. That's something to get you right in, but then they don't have it. So I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of like and also, don't they not have the Forge or Theater mode?
Right, they don't have Forge mode yet. They're lacking on multiplayer content, like firefight mode. I think they have big team battle, but I think it's limited maps. They're missing a lot of like small things that people loved about the game, and a lot of people are where it's like, where is this stuff? Where is Forge mode? most of all, where is Forge mode? Because that's one of the things that people play the most for Halo is creating their own maps and then playing them with their friends, putting it on the community site section of the game, and then everyone can go in there and they can play your map you made, give you feedback, you can improve upon that, and you can make these maps that become like top grade maps. And they're completely missing that from the game, along with firefight mode, which was implemented in ODST. And since that game, everybody has loved firefight mode. And they aren't in the game yet. And it's like, when are they coming? Because they're starting to lose. They're starting to lose players. And when the game came out, it came off strong, but it's starting to trail downwards. And if this trend keeps happening, it's not going to be good for Halo as a franchise.
Very much true. And I think Halo, this game had a lot of trouble, I would definitely say, for it. Like, it kind of started off on a negative trend based on the gameplay reveal, and then it got delayed to kind of fine-tune things, which, good on them. But the lacking key elements that made Halo and what made Halo so popular when it was over with Bungie. But since it's been on 343, it's been seeming like they're just not capitalizing on the fan base and what the fans like and what's made Halo 3. I still think is probably one of my favorite, if not like the best Halo in my opinion, because it's the one I've played probably the most. And Forge or Theater, I think it's Forge, was so much fun, just screwing around with friends, just spawning stuff, and then having battles. And then I think on Reach,
Halo Reach had a huge Forge mode.
That's what I was gonna say. Next, Halo Reach, I think is the next best Halo in terms of just how much fun I've had and playing all the game modes and stuff with my friends, creating maps and just screwing around. And that's something that's fun. I mean, besides just playing a campaign and multiplayer, you could do some other sort of multiplayer and get more of a fans involved with that.
Yeah, like me and my friends made like a map we called Hurricane, where we set up a bunch of grav lifts around, and then it's a bunch of debris, and when you start the map, all of that just flies all around the map, and it's stupid, but it's fun. And you don't have any of the stupid fun with Halo anymore. Like, Halo is actually like a pretty memeable game, and has a lot of things you can do with it that are just dumb fun, that Halo Infinite is lacking on that dumb fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed the multiplayer a lot. It's just the lack of updates has just continued to like baffle me. I'm just like, why are you not supporting this game more? Right? It's just very odd choices in terms of how they've chosen to go about the game. And I'm not sure if it's like a lack of resources and time, like the game just launched too early and they're working backwards to like try and like fill the void in for content, or what.
That's what it feels like now.
Yeah.
But it's like, at this update, if they're gonna put all these things out, like, at least tell us they're working on it, and tell us, yeah, we're working on it, but it's going to be a huge update. And then maybe people will be like, okay, we'll wait for that update.
Yeah, keep the fans updated through social media and let them know that stuff is still coming, that it's not just what you got on launch day is what you're going to get for a good long while. Which, I mean, it's not like they're still catching up. I mean, they delayed the game to catch up in the first place. But now I think I haven't played it extensively, but do you guys think that when it came out on launch, do you think it came out pretty solid, or is there a lot of issues with it that maybe could have been fixed before launch?
I thought it was solid. I loved it. Once I played through the campaign, and still even now, like the co-op campaign, I'm letting them get away with that. I don't want to say too much, because this game, with the way the campaign is set up, I can see where it is very difficult to make that co-op based on how the game is with the open world and your upgrades you get. It would be they have to do certain things like when you start a story mission, you would have to make it so that no matter where you are on the map, you teleport to that person so that you stay equal with the equipment stuff. I'm sorry, but then there's the open world parts where, okay, so what if you take over this fob and Jimbo goes and takes over this one? Is the game gonna be able to like understand what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the no co-op campaign, I understand why they're having so much trouble with it. It does make sense to me.
Yeah,
Right.
and I just hope that they still, or at least like let fans know what's going on with new updates.
I just want a firefight in Forge mode. If they did that, I would be playing the game a lot.
Oh yeah. So does anyone else have anything to add to this current conversation?
They need to fix the situation and hopefully get some more content, especially multiplayer, or they risk losing players even more so than they've already have lost players. It's a serious thing, and I hope that they can figure out what needs to be done, because I really like the game. I think it's a really solid game. I just want it to do better.
It's like Red Dead. It has a lot of potential, but they're not putting it all in.
Yeah, it's like squandered potential almost.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember Halo Reach invasion mode?
Yeah.
It was 8-on-8. One team were Spartans, the other team were elites. Like, and that's the only game that had that kind of game mode, I believe. Yeah, I don't think Halo 4 or 5 had something like that. And a lot of people want that invasion mode back. A lot of people really liked 8 versus 8 battles that had tanks and aircraft. That was, I think it was objective based to an extent for, I think it was like Rush from Battlefield. I think that's the kind of gameplay it was. But it was so much fun being like, oh, we're Spartans killing these elites, and the other team is the Covenant trying to get you. But they've never done that again.
Yeah, and I how do you guys feel about basically 343? I think that's their the studio's name.
Yeah.
How do you feel like their direction with Halo has gone? Do you think it's worse than what it was before? Have they made the franchise worse, or is?
I think they had a rocky start. I mean, I thought the Halo 4 campaign was fine. Very different from a Bungie campaign in a lot of ways, but still enjoyable. Halo 5, I thought was just bad. I think it was just a badly executed game all around. Sadly, it just was not my cup of tea. But I know some people did enjoy it. I was not one of them. I think Halo Infinite's easily their best game. I think like that is the cream of the crop. Like that's the best work they've done, I think. Honestly.
I agree. Infinite is definitely the best 343 has done. And I think that 4 and 5, I feel like they're pretty equal in how I feel about them. I think they're both the weakest Halo games that are out there.
Yeah,
but this game has,
forgettable.
Yes, very forgettable.
Which is sad because it's continuing the story that we all love with Master Chief and overall the setting and just being in this kind of game and environment that this provides. It's kind of sad that that transition started off so poorly over 2 games, and now it took 3 games, later for them to finally get it together. And I hope they continue to make games, which I don't know how this game ends. So it could lead to another game, could not. I don't know, but I just hope that if they do another game, that they first realize what people want in the first place. Realize that there's certain things besides the story and multiplayer that fans want. Because if you add all those things, like Forge, you tap into a different set of audiences and gamers that maybe aren't crazy about the multiplayer and maybe could, not exactly hyped about the story, but the Forge mode is where they're all able to hang out with their friends and stuff like that. So that's obviously you win some, you lose some, but I think this game definitely needs an update, and they need to keep fans kind of in the loop of what's going on with this game and post-launch DLC or content.
Well, I think I know one of the problems why 4 and 5 felt so different. It's because you play with a squad in both of those, I believe.
No, just in
Right? Or just in 5.
Remember, wasn't 4 when
Halo
you
5
took
was a
it
squad
right?
game, yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't remember Halo 4 at all. Holy hell. Well, Halo 5, when you play with the squad, it was a cool idea, but I don't think they executed it in a way where it still felt like you were a badass Master Chief going to take on the Flood Army on your own, you know?
Yeah. What's up, K-Dots? What's up? I still didn't finish Infinite. I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, I mean, most people that I've heard from that have played this game do enjoy it. So
it is a lot of fun.
It's not like it's a bad game. It's probably, like you guys said, it's their best game that 343 has put out while making Halo. But it's just, the thing is, they could add more to it. I feel like that's the huge issue with this game, is that they could add more to it.
My biggest worry is the next game, because it usually, once a game goes open world, the rest of them end up, and I don't want to see that happen. I feel like this was a good open world Halo game, but I don't think it could work for the rest, because it'll
go back to the roots.
Yeah, I feel like the next game they should go back to a linear route, gameplay and heavily narrative-driven stories with just Chief and whoever else is part of that story, and bring that back for a game, and then maybe the next one after that, if they're still doing good, be like, hey, look, another open world game.
Yeah, and that's
why I worry.
Yeah, because I mean, we're so oversaturated in gaming with open world games, and it's just like, it's all the rage, I guess, now, thinking about games. I mean, Cyberpunk, open world, all these games coming out, can't think of, I mean, also
everything's open world now.
Harry Potter's now going to be open world, which I think that game makes sense for that. Halo, yes. I mean, it's cool that they did open world, but I mean, I think they just opened that gate, and now it's like, oh, do we just rein ourselves back in, or do we just keep going with the open world? That's another.
Yeah, it's hard to go into making a huge open world like this and then turn it around saying, all right, that was fun, let's go back. It's very hard to do that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I like that they're kind of experimenting with Halo in this way, but I haven't seen the overall love for the open world Halo from the fans, at least on Twitter when it came out. But things could change. I mean, Kidot says, the open world approach is dope, which was a huge leap for the franchise, and very much so. It is. I think it is a huge leap in kind of, I guess, quality. I don't know. Just kind of showing. I don't know. How would you describe their open world approach and what's done for the franchise?
In this game, I thought it was very good. It was, it had side objectives, side missions, areas to take over. Wherever you went, there's all these squads of, or I guess in this game, they're banished in this game. There's squads of banished there wanting to kill you, and there's like massive hubs you can go to basically just destroy, and you're literally just Master Chief being a one-man army throughout the entire game, and it's really cool. Yes, it's like, a lot of people say that this game gave them nostalgia of Halo 1. And that's probably because in Halo 1, that's exactly what Master Chief was. And then Halo 2 and Halo 3, felt more like you're in the middle of a war with a bunch of random Marines and everyone. in Halo 1, if you really felt like a one-man army, especially those last missions. And this game kind of brings that back in a way.
Yeah, yeah. But to transition into our next kind of sub topic with Halo, Anthony Beltray says Halo show is not okay. So obviously Hans hasn't watched. Hans didn't watch
I have not
the
seen the second episode either. I have heard some things from some friends who did watch it, that it did kind
Yeah.
of confirm some concerns of mine a little bit, but I still am going to keep watching the show and hope that it'll continue to be okay.
Yeah. I'll say this. I watched the second episode. I enjoyed it. I'll say I enjoyed it, but I think RG, you know what I'm talking about. There's an issue with the second episode that kind of kept on going. I'm like, okay, when are they?
I'm assuming he never put his helmet back on.
No, he put his helmet back on, but he kept it off majority of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like we've seen 2 episodes, but we've only seen him look like the full on Master Chief for a little bit. We've just been seeing his face. I'm like, I'm fine with that, but we need to, like, chill out, not make it a kind of a norm now. I mean,
no, I'm gonna kind of defend it, even though I don't want to.
Interesting.
Why?
Because so Master Chief gets on a ship. He's no longer in a fight. The fighting's done. They got away. He's sitting there, relaxing. Well, not relaxing, but he's sitting there out of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't wear my helmet that entire time until I had to put it back on for some reason, because it's nice to not have a helmet on. It's nice when you're able to take a piece of armor off. It's a weight. So it makes sense. Even though I don't like it, I wish everyone, it's like, here, he's not a Mandalorian. He's not following a religion to wear his helmet. He's a super soldier, a human super soldier. So when he can look through his own eyes, not through a visor, he's probably going to take those chances.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it either, because it's like, we've never seen Master Chief's face, any of the games. It's like a huge thing with him. But it's like, the show is, here's the thing, I'm looking at the show, and I'm just looking at it as a fanfic. And it hasn't been, that first episode was a great fanfic. It was a great fanfic.
It's not exact. It's not gonna just copy and paste what we've already got, and that's why I guess I can appreciate, because even though they're making story decisions that obviously kind of rub people the wrong way, they're still at least like taking, having some balls and doing stuff that no one has done before, and I give them that, and and the story is very interesting. I would say that, and I'm interested to see more. And
I want to address Anthony. Halo TV shows a fanfic. When they said they were making the show, they said they're making a fanfic without saying they're making a fanfic. So
yeah, they said it's like an adaptation, and that's basically what it is. It's not, they didn't take stuff heavily from the games, which, I mean, it's just like anything. Like, they adapt certain things, and they take stuff from the games that they like, and they'll put that in the show. But overall, they're moving in their own direction, and it's not like it's gonna. I don't think it will ever influence the games. It's obviously staying far away from the games, and I would say kind of changing things from the books as well. With certain names,
they're changing everything.
Yeah,
but that's just because they can. They're just whatever.
Exactly.
It's like this. When here's what I think they mean when they're like, we didn't look at the games. But they're like, they know Dr. Halsey makes Cortana. They know Master Chief gets Cortana. Right? And they say that has to happen because that's what happens.
She's almost, I would say, almost as important. Like, Master Chief and Cortana are basically one. They're both equal. Yeah. I would say they're both as equal to each other in importance to the story and what Halo is. Because, I mean, what game hasn't Cortana been in? Was it?
5
No, she's in 5.
at like near the end, right?
Oh,
Oh no, she
well,
is. She is.
well,
No, you're
she's
right.
the
You're right.
well, yeah,
No, but
she.
what I was gonna say is they have those two things that they are happen in Halo. All they do is make them connect in the way they want to, and that's like what they're doing. Like the cover, like how Master Chief, like it seemed like the Spartan Twos in the show, if they're even called Spartan Twos in the show, already knew what the Covenant were, and they knew how to fight them already. So the war has been going on for a while. I think they even said that in the show.
Yeah.
And which, oh, where's my point? I had a point. Oh, where in the like in the books and the game history, it's not what happened, but they just know. Oh, Spartans fight aliens. Well, we're just gonna have the humanity in a war whenever we want. That's all they're doing. They're taking all these ideas from Halo and creating their own stories around them and ignoring all the stories in between these like major events and stuff.
Yep, and that's what adaptations do. That's exactly what it's kind of meant for, to not just regurgitate what's been done before, but to adapt and create something new for fans to enjoy, which I can
Yeah.
respect them on.
Like if you're coming into the Halo show wanting it to be accurate to the canon and everything, of course they're not going to like
Word
it.
for word. That's what some people I think expect with this show, at least in some way, which you're not going to get. I don't think there's ever been an adaptation or a live action thing of Halo that's been so closely knit to the games. I mean, Forward Unto Dawn, I think, was pretty solid in terms of a lot of things.
That one was good.
That one was, yeah. But yeah. So overall, how would you guys rate the show so far for just the episodes that you've seen of it?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Yeah,
I do like a 7.
Okay. So still pretty high scores. I mean, just for based off the first episode. And I'll say this: after watching episode 1 and 2, I would definitely say I would say an 8 as well, because obviously there's issues with the second episode that just were like didn't really make a whole lot of sense with not only just some story parts, but of course it's an adaptation, so always got to be like, okay, it's not the same, but they're making interesting choices and with certain things, but it's still leading to a very interesting story, and I'm really excited to see where they're gonna go with episode 3. But the next topic I have is E3 being canceled, and
RIP E3.
It was canceled?
yeah, it was canceled.
What? Why?
Money. Probably.
Really?
Nobody probably was going to show up.
Really? Why? Is there a reason behind this?
I
Oh, are you guys trolling me?
No,
You guys realize it's midnight.
This is legit.
yeah, it's legit. I mean, yeah, I just pulled up an article because I knew that you're gonna say that. So let me share something else while we talk about this. We'll just kind of blow through this, and because people are wondering like, oh, why is this canceled? But yeah, it's been all over.
I still don't trust you.
Why
I'm gonna have doubt.
It's legit, man.
It's serious.
I don't trust that tone that
It's
RJ
official.
has.
E3 2022 has been completely
This is a
canceled,
troll, man.
with no physical or digital event taking place. But exactly why was E3 canceled? It's complicated, which is weird. Should just mean like what? Why? So obviously, this is kind of what I think. This is their statement right here. We previously announced that E3 would not be held in person in 2022 due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID. Today we announced that there will also be no digital E3 showcase in 2022, which is honestly very interesting. Why? Like, I get not having it in person, but not even having a digital showcase for that.
That's weird.
And that's gonna hurt a lot of obviously developers and stuff like that want to showcase, because E3 is probably one of the larger kind of showcases of new games and innovations within gaming. So obviously this is affecting a lot of people, and I think everyone enjoys watching E3 and seeing what's being announced and
Well,
what's
hey,
going
I know what
on.
we're doing now.
What?
I mean, now let's take up the mantle and do our own little E3.
Jeff Keighley already has that
We'll
covered.
we'll go and look for like gameplay stuff, and we'll show it and try to get the names out. I don't care who else is doing it.
But so they said instead we will devote all our energy and resources to delivering a revitalized physical and digital E3 experience next summer. Whether enjoyed from the show floor or your favorite devices, the 2023 showcase will bring the community, media, and industry back together in all new format and interactive experience. So they're taking the whole year off and they're just coming back, which is interesting choice. I'll just say it's weird. It's weird.
Very weird.
Yeah, like even this same. It's like at the beginning of the last decade, E3 was a powerhouse for game reveals and announcements, very commonly referred to as something along the lines of Christmas for games. And that's why I'm like, it's kind of sad seeing that obviously E3 is like having some hard times with kind of showing and presenting. And I just feel bad for because obviously E3 has a lot of indie developers that present as well, just with games and from studios and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a missed opportunity. And plus, it's more gaming content to kind of put gaming up on the higher platforms and kind of bring more attention to games and gamers and what innovations are coming out. And obviously, it's something for gamers to get together and visit and see what's out on the showroom floor and stuff like that. But it shit happens, and I guess we'll have to wait and see what they come back. Because I mean, when they come back, hopefully they come back with a bang.
Yeah, I
Because
mean that's the hope. I mean, like I said, I mean Jeff Keighley's gonna kind of like pick up the slack a little bit. So I mean that's something. I mean,
I'm interesting. I mean, definitely someone should figure out some sort of supplementary material to kind of still kind of host an E3, but not exactly the same thing. Just kind of like promote games and stuff like that. Just have a stream where all these developers and studios come together and promote their game. And
Is Max still here? It sounds like a Max idea.
no, I don't think Max is here. We'll see in the chat or something about that. But I actually wanted to bring this up because I just saw on Twitter that they have suspended the development of
Look,
Elder Scrolls 6.
well, wait,
They're having developmental
wait.
issues with the
They
world.
are?
Yeah, there's yeah. Yeah.
No, wait, no, wait, wait,
I'm
wait,
pulling up the
wait.
article. Give me a minute.
You're saying that
It's
they are
not.
not that development on the game is halted right now,
They're stopping it. It's last
bro.
what I saw is that there's not exact reason,
Dude,
but they're stopping it for. I don't know if it's worker shortage
no.
or because everyone's on skooma. I don't know.
That was good. That was great.
what is going on?
Goddamn skooma.
Yeah, so that's why Elder Scrolls 6 has been kind of in development hell because that's my suspicion that the workers are on skooma. They have become skooma addicts.
Oh no, I've dealt with those before.
Yeah, but yeah. The funniest thing is like this is gonna be like my April Fool's joke, but like I just wanted to. I first showed you guys the whole little slideshow before we went live, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this," but yeah. So
Wait, so that's not true?
oh no. There's nothing. No, nothing.
There's nothing going on?
No, I just made that shit up on the
Oh,
spot.
thank God, dude. Oh my God. I was starting to believe you. I was like, there's no way, dude. You know how long I've been waiting for this game?
Dude, people have been waiting for this for years. It's like Elder Scrolls is about to become GTA 5 where they start adapting it to like every other console because they can't come out with something new. That's like the issue. I mean, I feel like this game is going to take even longer to come out because Skyrim has been like their breadwinner in the Elder
Is
Scrolls
this
franchise. So they're probably like, what can we do to top it, but also cap, because that's
Oh,
the thing.
they'll be just fine.
I mean, they just gotta do what they gotta do, but don't try to, just don't overthink it. That's my thing. But you brought up something when we were playing the show that is actually related to Elder Scrolls 6. So do you know what you wanted to talk about with in terms of this game besides we all want to see it?
I saw something. I took it I pulled a max. I took it based off just the headline, but I did it because the headline was a great question, and it didn't really matter what the article said. It's more about the question, and that was, will Elder Scrolls 6 look better than modded Skyrim? I was like, that's interesting. It's a very interesting question because you can make it look really, really good modded. I'm talking about Skyrim, obviously. You make that look incredible. I think I've showed you guys screenshots before of like,
this is images I pulled from people with mods, and not only can you make the game look good, but you can change it drastically. Like, look at this. This is a modded Skyrim on Xbox.
Oh, I use that grass. Yeah, that's Whiterun. They're using the fixed Whiterun because they're like, after all these years, after the dragon attacks, you'd think Whiterun would have rebuilt their walls. So we did it, and there it is.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny, but yeah, I feel like with obviously the new technology that's coming out and things that have changed from when Skyrim was originally released on the Xbox 360 and PS3, I have full awareness and full confidence that it will definitely look just as good, if not better, than the mods. But I mean,
I think it will look just as good.
Yeah.
Not better. Maybe some things, little things might look better, but I think it'll look just as good. But what a lot of people, I know this for a fact, what a lot of people are looking forward to with Elder Scrolls 6 is there's going to be people day one that go straight into creating mods for it.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and that's something that obviously made the special edition that came out on Xbox One. And
best decision Microsoft made.
That truly, that adding that has reopened the game in so many ways, and even like playing it on Switch, because I got it for Switch as well. Even playing on Switch is amazing. It runs well. It looks really good for the Switch, and it just shows that the Skyrim is such a solid game, and that I wonder what they're gonna do with Elder Scrolls 6. Do you think that they'll release it like they have on all platforms, or because of a certain deal that we all know about, do you think it'll be limited?
No, it's 100% just going to be on Xbox. I'd be shocked if it was on other platforms.
No, I think it will be.
Why do you guys say that? Why do you guys say that?
Because you don't spend all that money that they did for Microsoft just to make it not exclusive. I mean, they want to push hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I mean, maybe they'll be like, hey, we want to make more money. I mean, that's
this could really bring Xbox Series X and S, and kind of, because right now PlayStation 5, as I have on right here, and then my Xbox Series X is right over here. But it would push, like, doing that would definitely push sales for the consoles. But what would that do to obviously the fan base that has been playing these games forever on whatever console that they choose? Do you
I have a counter to that already.
Oh, what's the counter? What's the counter?
Unless they recently changed it, PlayStation, you can't mod Skyrim on PlayStation, and if you can, it was very recent, and I know that everything I've seen people saying that it's more limited to what mods are there.
Interesting.
So Xbox already has an up on the mods, which if you can go and say, well, PC is the best for modding, but for the casual, like, people that can't afford a nice gaming PC to mod Skyrim, it's great being able to on console.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely do think that Xbox has made some really big money moves with buying studios such as ZeniMax, which is a parent company for Bethesda. But it draws concerns because obviously it doesn't really personally because I have an Xbox, so I'm not like extremely worried. But I feel like for people who only have a PlayStation and have been playing PlayStation for a while, and that's the only one that they can't afford to buy two consoles. I feel, but to me, in my mind, like why wouldn't you try to sell and expand your market for the game and branch out to multiple things? But that doesn't mean that the game is gonna be any less successful. Because think of how Spider-Man has done, just being on PlayStation, God of War. It's a smart move for them to have all these games, such as Starfield, to be Xbox and PC games, which obviously I don't know if it was an April Fool's joke, but I think the people that made our Santa Monica Studios has said that God of War is going to be also on PC simultaneously when it releases for God of War Ragnarok, which is I think that's very interesting as well. And
Well, remember, like you're showing, Bethesda is more than just the Elder Scrolls.
well, yeah, that's
And
my especially.
I think it will be released on both consoles or on all platforms rather. But I think that if anything, they would push like the release date closer for Xbox players.
And
You know,
that's something
or
that
like push DLC to us quicker and updates to us quicker. You know,
it'd basically be like what Call of Duty has done when they do partnerships. Like they give you certain content, and then later they give it to the other people.
Mhm.
Which, for certain things, it makes sense. But what Call of Duty did with that is not exactly right. Because as soon as Vanguard came out, that's when people on Xbox got that content that people on PlayStation got day one. And so it's now like, dude, I'm already moving on to the next game, but because of, obviously Vanguard being kind of a shit show, people have probably gone back and played that new content. Especially for Zombies fans, because that's what was the content that was exclusive to PlayStation, a certain Zombies game mode. But of course, Zombies on, which that could be a whole nother topic, talking about Call of Duty Zombies and what has that gone. I just thought about like, oh, we should definitely talk about that because that's something that I'm actually very passionate about, especially with what they're doing, and it enrages me with what they've done with the franchise. But yeah, it's just they've done like Bethesda. This is one of their key properties, and I think it would be a huge missed opportunity to only have it on one console. But then that would definitely make Xbox definitely more in competition with exclusives with PlayStation.
That armor is sick though.
Oh yeah, for sure. And obviously they got Starfield coming out too, which looks amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it looks amazing. I think this game is going to do very well.
It's Bethesda. They even their bad games are fun.
Oh yeah. That's the funny thing. Even though like a game is bad, it's still hella fun.
And they take I mean, I know like Rockstar does too, but like Bethesda really takes their time making these games, and they go into the they like so Skyrim. You're gonna find bugs in the game. There's always like Bethesda's almost known for like they're having like bugs in the game or like exploits, but that all gets ignored because everything else they focus on, all the attention to detail and just all the other stuff, the bigger stuff is actually really, really good. And like Skyrim, you feel like you're in the world when you're running through it with the music playing. So it's they really throw you in a fantasy world, and you're able to just forgive all the tiny bugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing more Starfield. I hope they showcase that game soon because I'd like to see some stuff from it, obviously.
Which sucks that E3 is now happening,
Yeah, because that probably was our opportunity to get a lot more from that game that we're not going to be able to see, sadly. But hey, hope for the best. And
I still don't believe you guys about that.
It got canceled, man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Dude, okay, listen. I'm being dead ass.
Look at the press release, man.
That is The E3 stuff is true. The stuff that I said about Elder Scrolls was false. The game is still in
Yeah,
active
thank God
development.
that was false. Oh my God, I was gonna
I
be
just really
so
I don't care
sad.
if I trolled the chat or I pranked the chat. I just wanted to get you because I knew
I,
that would piss you off.
dude, I was like, I wasn't. No, it wasn't anger. I was gonna feel sad.
Yeah, but yeah. So I need Anthony Beltre said I need Red Dead 3. I'm
No, I want them to complete Red Dead 2 first.
like they haven't. They're not. They basically just released the story mode. That's it. They're not doing any story expansion, which is a missed opportunity. And they basically said, "Hey, we're gonna support Red Dead Online for a certain amount of while, and we're not getting as much profit as this, compared to GTA because we're constantly updating GTA. But yeah, let's just move on to do a third one, which I'm
Do
fine
you
if they
know?
ever do a third one, but they gotta make the second one right because they're gonna piss off the fans if you just
Like,
forget about it. I mean,
do you know how many properties me and Jimbo have rode by and explored that were like, dude, they could just make this a viable property.
exactly. Bank
And
heist.
like
That's another
fix
thing.
it up, fix the area up a little bit, but like they have it. It's in the game already. Just fix that up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing with that game is that there's key things
Oh,
that
I like
that
the meme you use.
yeah, there's key things that can make Red Dead Online a huge success. Bank heist. Think of what the heist update did for GTA Online. Think like how many people got brought up and bought the game for the heist update and doing heists with your friends. Think of how much
And
fun and
that was
memory they
worth it.
have. Exactly. Think of what heist could be in this game. Having fun, getting pissed at your friends for messing up the heist or dying from
Train heist.
train heist as well. But they would have
Expand the map into Mexico.
well, that would be that. I don't know.
Just a little bit.
I feel like that would be a little crazy, but I mean, at least because the map is already huge. It's two. It's basically almost two games, at least half of already. Kind of. I don't know, but Kane said RJ is always wrong. Do you have a rebuttal for that, good sir?
I'm not.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Anthony says shitbox.
I love my Xbox.
Yeah. Don't worry, Sony will buy EA. I don't know if anyone wants to touch EA.
I don't think. I think EA needs to stop trying.
Stop trying, EA. Just stop trying.
Stop trying.
Because it's so like obvious that they want it. That it's all just this to them. Because
It's so hard to say
Madden.
because Fallen Order and Squadrons were both pretty good games, but
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But do y'all believe the rumors that Arkham Games is coming on Switch?
I thought they were already.
I can buy that rumor. To be honest, I can see it.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see it. I mean, it's definitely a possibility for sure, considering what those games are. Yep. That's a lot of people do as well. So no one cares about GTA 5 no more. I mean, I'm totally with you. I don't even. I got the new edition because I wanted to see how it is, and I also, might get me back into GTA Online, and it's definitely has. It's made the game perform a lot better, and it looks great. But they need to move on. And obviously GTA 6 is not going to come for a while, so it's like they're stuck in the mud. And they, instead of maybe bringing Red Dead 2, their most recent property. Oh, we lost Hans, but he'll be back. GTA 6 sounds interesting if the rumors are true, which I usually like with games like that. I usually kind of wait to kind of hear a little bit more because I've definitely seen. I know what you're talking about, Kane, in terms of the rumors, but I usually am like, yeah, especially with certain things, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of gonna pass on that. But I just want to. This is the new enhanced and expanded cover for Xbox.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the dumbass is back.
I just don't know how I feel about this cover art. PlayStation did it way better, and I don't have that one pulled up because it's just too good. I just want a meme on this. What is with the Series X design? Why?
Yeah, I like how
What?
I like how it's golden.
Yeah, they changed the outline of it. Instead of being just all black, it's gold now. But
Whatever.
with PlayStation, it's their logo they kind of expanded the outside. But Anthony said GTA 5 should have added GTA 4 map. That would make that game. Oh man, I don't even know what to say about that. But but the most recent addition to GTA that they instead of updating the most recent game, they went back and touched up a 9-year-old game and added What the Fuck Plus, which is basically the reaction to the whole entire Rockstar and GTA fan base when they announced this. They thought they were joking, like bro, April Fools is not for like a couple, not for a little bit yet, so chill the hell out. But then no, it's out, and the reaction to it has been pretty interesting. Let me just pull up kind of a tweet that I thought I would share regarding this, and this is where I got the image from. So this is kind of their this is what they say about it, and it's pretty true. So Xbox Game Pass is $10 a month, basically. Play over 100 high quality games on console, PC, and mobile devices, and you get Xbox Game Studios titles released on the same day. But then there's What the Fuck Plus, $6 a month, almost as much as Disney Plus. But guess what? You get 500 grand, and they waive a 50 grand fee for a membership. That really doesn't do a lot of shit. Oh, and you bought this? You bought GTA Plus? If you have, let me know what you think about it, because definitely people are not exactly happy about this. And yeah, it's just I just want to scroll through this. Just I think it would be fine if it was actually included in Game Pass and PS Plus. I mean, true, but it's just like, what is the reason? Why would they do this? There's nothing that they add that radicalizes the game that makes me go, all right, buying it. Because this is what they add. This is what they're bringing to the table with GTA Plus right here. And so far, people have been complaining that the cars are not great, especially that people that have been covering it since it was announced, and they're saying that they already regret testing GTA Plus out because nothing really is worth it. What do you guys think about GTA Plus and the reception about it?
It looks like dog shit.
100%.
Yeah, that's not worth it. But one person buying it, they made a profit, so they don't care.
Exactly. But forgetting about the bad plus, let's move on to the final topic of the night, which is PlayStation Plus.
About time.
About time PlayStation made an accurate.
Well, they've had
response.
PlayStation Plus forever, to be
fair.
It's
they do have PlayStation Plus, but they also have PlayStation Now. But it seems like the new PlayStation Plus is going to be combining both of them and offering kind of more revitalized competition to Game Pass in its own unique way. So
Game Pass has a lot of nice things with it, though. Here, Game Pass Ultimate, I have that. And right now, things I can redeem, I have like a week to redeem them. I should probably go do that. But
I should.
I have a free month of Paramount Plus right now. I have 2 free months of Hulu Plus. Those 2 right there paid for it for my Game Pass Ultimate for the month already. But then I have 3 months of Discord Nitro I can redeem. There's other thing. There's a couple of other things in there that I'm able to redeem, but they have stuff like that, like deals and stuff that come with it. That if you pay attention and go and check on it, you're gonna get your money's worth. Without the games.
Oh yeah, yeah. And to speak about the prices, this is kind of the shakedown of what's going to cost you. Um, and I think it's pretty interesting. The pricing is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see what games are adding though. That's going to really be the deterrent to like the value of this. Like, what classic games are you getting at the highest price tier?
Well, no, that's just so it's $100 a year and you have it for a year, or you can pay $15 a month. The $100 a year is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but the premium one is $120, and that's plus 340 additional games from previous generations.
Oh.
So they
Oh, I never mind. I was looking at this wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, so at the very top, that's PlayStation, low tier. Then it's PlayStation Extra, and then Premium. Which here, let's see what this next one is. Yeah, this is basically, I don't know. I don't. Do
I
you?
think those are similar.
I mean, I don't know if Ultimate's 180 because I don't think I've ever paid 180 a year for Ultimate. I think I've always paid like $1. I don't think I've paid more than like $6. I would say $1 up to 60 because I just
the Game Pass has deals a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You take advantage.
Yeah, but I saw this going around from IGN, and I think this is a very great chart to kind of explain this. But my thing is, my only issue with PlayStation Plus, and has been with PlayStation Now especially, they have such a great catalog already with PlayStation Now, with the addition of PlayStation Plus, but why are so many great games and so many exclusive titles not able to download, but you have to simply stream them? That is not good. Streaming should have been kind of like after the fact, kind of like what Game Pass said. You're able to download every game. You're able to do that to every single game, but then now you're able to stream it as well. And if you don't have room, you can just stream it if you have good internet. But no, with PlayStation Now, that's your only option with a handful of games. And I think that's not great because, it's why can't you download the game? Like, I want to play Infamous 1 and 2, but I don't want to have to stream it.
Well, if they give you the option to download these games, that would be a lot better.
Exactly.
That's my hope.
I hope that's one of the bigger changes because I feel like that.
Yeah, that's a downfall. That's a big downfall.
And I think they're going to continue that though. That's from at least what I was reading from IGN. That's kind of something that they're going to continue with, but I don't know if they're going to eventually add the downloadable feature, which they need to, because that's something that's going to still hold them back in terms of competing with Game Pass, because Game Pass has it all, and they played it right. They did download first, but then if you want to stream it, you're able to do that too. So you're able to do both. But with obviously their stuff, you only have one option, and it's not the best.
And like I said, this chart doesn't even point out all the things I mentioned earlier about like the giving out free trials and stuff that may really do make it worth it.
Yeah, but free trials to what though? That's kind of the question that we're gonna have.
I said them already.
No, I know, but what kind of games? Like, what games are gonna be part of like the free trials?
For what?
Well, no, I'm saying like because they're promising like you're gonna get exclusive like game demos and trials. Like, well, what kind of?
Games? PlayStation is.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of a.
I thought you were talking about Xbox.
Because I know, and I saw in multiple articles that they're gonna add the Spider-Man games to the catalog that you're able to download and stream as well. And Miles Morales is gonna be the very first game that they do that with. And I think that I don't know if they're gonna do God of War and all that. I mean, they've already done it but will they re-add? Because they're reworking basically both of those kind of subscription services that provide games. So there's obviously going to be changes what games they keep and what games they take out, but who
Oh,
knows?
and yeah, it looks like the
Oh, yeah.
$17.99 one is the one that would be worth it for people because that's where you get the old games.
Yeah, and that's yeah.
That sucks. That does suck actually because for Xbox you always get them.
Yeah, you don't need to spend extra money to get all that. You just get that. They don't. I mean, there's different tiers, but they don't limit the amount of content you're able to consume on console. This you have to pay more to access more.
Yeah, there's 2 tiers for Xbox that, and this second tier costs $15, and
Yeah,
it's
and
a lot better than the PlayStation one.
yeah, it's kind of sad. I'll say this like obviously they're gonna it's a work in progress. This is what they announced right away, but I do expect that they're gonna change some things up. Maybe pricing, but I doubt it. I doubt the pricing will change, but maybe they'll change up kind of the premium and extra tier, and maybe kind of give a little more oomph in the essential tier. But it's still interesting development, especially with Xbox already going with a backwards compatibility. I think that's another thing that PlayStation lacks: backwards compatibility. Like, if you want to play that, you can't just pop in a disc and play Infamous or previous generation games that unless they're on PlayStation Now or Plus, which I think is bad. Like, why wouldn't they allow that to happen? That's another huge issue that PlayStation has. That's kind of sucky. Of course, you're able to play a lot or most popular PlayStation 4 titles, but not ones from PlayStation 3 and lower if you have the disc.
Mm.
Yeah, but this is the last slide I have, covering kind of like someone that said that this leaked regarding PlayStation Plus Premium, and this obviously looks like PlayStation Plus, but just with different, obviously, Explorer pages and stuff like that. But this would be a cool concept, being able to play kind of older games that you love and but you haven't been able to play because backward compatibility isn't a thing. But do you guys think that if they're moving forward with adding older titles, do you think they'll eventually add backwards compatible, or they're gonna market backwards compatibility in the form of PlayStation Plus? Well, that's the only way you're gonna get that instead of making it available to everyone for free.
I honestly don't know. That's a really good question to ask.
It looks like God of War is exclusive content for members of PlayStation Plus Premium.
Well, then, no, that's God of War Ragnarok, because you see that because when
I
you
can't
look
see the
there,
bottom.
the bottom one is God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
And it's I don't know what the hell the second game is. I think the third one is Forspoken, and then the last one, of course, you can see there's Spider-Man 2, which obviously
Yeah.
is a 2023 game. So it's interesting because I think that's a very good question to ask and wait to see, because I think it'll be very. I don't know if it'll be necessarily great that PlayStation does this. They want to truly make kind of a competition with Game Pass. I mean, I guess this is the way to do it, making backwards compatibility marketable and being able to purchase instead of just having. Because I don't need to have Game Pass or anything or any other shit on Xbox to just pop in a 360 game and play it. As long as I own the game, I'm able to play it, and they don't market that, which I think is something that Xbox has done well with. But PlayStation, it seems like they're going to market it. It's where like if you spend, $120 a year, you'll be able to play all the old titles, at least the ones that we're offering you, not the ones that maybe you have that aren't listed, which it's kind of sad, but um maybe depending on what titles they have, that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, what if they don't? Because this is a game maybe you want to play, but if they don't have it on their list on their PlayStation 3, or if it's on PlayStation 2 or whatever it is, whatever console generation that came out on, if they don't have that title available, you won't be able to play it because they don't have generalized backwards compatibility at the moment, and it doesn't seem like they're going to add it for generalized after they June which is the release date of PlayStation Plus, the new version of it. It's June, which is relatively soon, which is kind of interesting considering that we still don't know a lot about it, but we still have 2 months in between to kind of gain some more detail.
Right.
But I just don't know how I feel about the pricing, and then also kind of what they're doing with backwards compatibility, because that's a huge thing that's important to gamers and generalized consumers. But
Right.
to make them
No,
pay more
absolutely,
money
yeah.
to pay more money to play a game that you already own. But it's just there's a lot of questions that I hope that more people like IGN question or ask when they kind of release articles about. Like, these are the questions that people are. I mean, obviously, I just got into the PlayStation console family, I guess. So I don't really have anything previous. I only have a couple games, and those are relatively newer. But what about those who have been playing since PlayStation 3? Can they, if they buy PlayStation Plus Premium and the games in the catalog, are they still able to pop in the disc and just have it launch, or will they only be available through the service, whether it's downloading or streaming? Will they just ignore the disc and just be like, nope, if you want to play, screw the disc, you have to download it or stream it?
That's a good question, actually.
It's
That's a really good question.
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what kind of bothers me with this whole thing, because I could load on my Xbox right now and I can play whatever game I want to. I could go take Skyrim, or sorry, that's a different thing based on, because obviously I can't
You can
pop in
take a
Skyrim.
360 game.
Well, yeah, I could take every other 360 game, pop it in. I could take Call of Duty Ghosts or something like that and pop it in, and it'll let me play it. I could pop in Red Dead Redemption, pop it in, let me play it. Pop in the Undead Nightmare, I'll be able to play it. And they'll even pop up the old 360 kind of HUD and menu and
Yep.
stuff like that, which is another big plus. So I don't know if you guys have anything you want to comment on everything that I just kind of laid on the table regarding backwards compatibility and the issues at least I have with PlayStation Plus Premium. But I'm gonna shut up and let you guys talk about this and voice your opinions on this.
No, I mean, you bring up some really great points. Obviously, this is just an ongoing really debate. I mean, just because, again, the issue of backwards compatibility means so much to all of us, and we just want to be able to play our library of games just the way we want to play them, man. Like, nothing too crazy. We just want to be able to play our damn games, right?
It's very simple.
It's a very simple concept. Like I said, my only concern with all of this, again, is I just hope that it's not just as simple as just merging PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. Like, I hope there's actually something of value here. I want to be able to play the older library of games. I want to be able to experience this stuff correctly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think that's like too big a question to ask. I don't know. I feel like we're going to get more information in June, and I'll be very curious to see how
I
they
hope
kind of
sooner
break
than that, because that's when it's supposed to release. I hope over this coming month and the next month that we get a lot more info, because that's when it releases in June. So, because I mean, you want to sell the gamers, because obviously it's a lot of money. You want to sell them, so you gotta obviously promote it a lot more and kind of get your consumers engaged with it and kind of explain to them why this is worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, do you have anything else to add, RJ, regarding this?
No, I'll let Hans take it over.
I have nothing. I have nothing to add. I think everything Jimbo said, 100% agree with all that.
But I have one last point that I want to make, because when I got my PlayStation 5, I got a bundle where I got a year's worth of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. My question is, with this new system in place, will it basically just void my card that I got for a year subscription, or will it carry over? Because I mean, how many people are subbed to PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, or either or? How many people are gonna like lose money, basically of value, from buying a yearly subscription because they're deciding to reinvent their Game Pass competitor? Like that's another thing I want answered. Like, will I have to pay? Like, how much will I have to pay? Will it just like say, oh, yep, you're out? Because I mean, I just got the PlayStation a couple months ago, and so I have a lot of time left with my subscriptions with both of these services. So what is this new thing in June gonna do? Am I still gonna be able to access this library? Because I mean, I technically already paid for it. I have a year's subscription. What is it going to do? And I think that's a huge question that they need to add, because I'm not the only one that owns both of these services, and want to know, will I just have to dump another $60 or more if you're getting a yearly plan based on what tier you get? It's
These are again all very legitimate questions.
So I think that's the last question I wanted to kind of bring up regarding this. But I'll just say this: PlayStation and Sony have a lot of questions that they need to have answered before June happens and this gets released. Because if they don't kind of jump ahead and get ahead of kind of all these suspicions about this, then I don't know how it's gonna do. I think it'll still do well, considering that a lot of people do enjoy these services, including me, because instead of going out and buying all these games, I can just spend a standard fee at the once a year and play as many titles as I want. But there's a lot of issues regarding of kind of moving forward with what's already established and with their fans, and but yeah. So I just want to say thank you to RJ and Hans for joining me as well. I'll just okay, never mind, because Hans, this is our show, so I'll say thank you to RJ for joining, and I'll say thank you to everyone who's already.
Thank you, RJ.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
welcome.
thank you, RJ. But thank you to everyone who stopped by in the chat and kind of hung out with us. So, you guys, anything you want to say? Do you want to promote anything, RJ, Hans?
I'm doing Twitch now. I don't have the link available, so
Hans is
sorry. Yeah, no, well, not right this second, but I did a Twitch stream last night playing through Mirror's Edge. No gun run for the
How's that
achievement.
going?
Fun. It's one of my favorite games. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I played through it like 10 times.
Oh yeah. When we talked about it on the first stream, you definitely brought that up, and oof, that game, it sounds interesting. I think that we're gonna have to since you're replaying, we're gonna have to also bring that game up again in a future podcast.
Yeah, you can go check out the
stream.
Yeah, it's up there. It's there. I just don't have the link, so.
Yeah, I mean, I could quickly try to pull.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right. But anyways, thank you for everyone who stopped by, and thank you for this comment. I appreciate it, Anthony. But yeah, I'll see you guys next Friday. Me and Hans will be back, and maybe Audrey will be back too. But yeah, see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.